All right, thank you, Mr. Hershey. We'd also like to introduce ourselves in our own cultural way. And I'm Ashihi, of my maternal clan, and then Kia'anis are my father's uncles, and then just the Mountain Cove clan are my grandfathers, my Chays. And then the Zia clan is my paternal clan, my Nullies. And I'm originally, like Mr. Hershey said, from the Crown Point, New Mexico area. And I'd like for the other two to go ahead and do the same thing.
Yazzie. It's almost noontime here. I hope you guys are still awake. My name is Verna Yazzie. Twitonin shlong kia ani bashischindo na kaidna eyadashichedo eshihi edashinale. Thank you for this opportunity.
Good afternoon. I'm Paulene McCabe. I am of the Black Sheep clan, the Betlejanedo na Enshlo Hanaga ni Bashischin, Twitchi ni Edashichedo, Kia'ani Edashinale, and that's our way of making our community members comfortable and welcome, and I am pleased to be a part of the panel. Thank you.
All right, thank you. And then the last person on our list here is Nelson Cody. He's our public information officer and the one that's asking all the questions. So he's back there, and we'll go ahead and give him a chance to say something. But don't take all the time, Nelson.
Good morning. My name is Nelson Cody Jr. I am Banana Clan. And my father is Dark Streak people. My grandfather on my mother's side is Tower House, and my father's father is Mexican clan.
Okay, thank you, Nelson. The things that we want to go by or go according to it. It may go really fast or it may go slower than that, but I'll go ahead and have the two respond as needed. But our particular grant, is it coming out okay? It's kind of echoing. Is it all right? Okay. Our particular grant is a cooperative agreement between the Navajo Nation and the Department of the Interior. And the particular program is under the Navajo Nation Legislative Branch and the Eastern Navajo Land Commission. So we do have our executive director here, Mr. Larry Rogers, and he can go ahead and stand and let you know who that is. And he's our executive director for our particular program. And then we also have the Eastern Navajo Land Commission delegates that we work with as well. And one of the things that we wanted to go ahead and provide some information on is to be able to know a lot about the grant that a tribe is going to be getting, how that grant will be working in terms of coordinating with the particular tribe. I don't know with the smaller tribes how that works, but with Salt River it sounded like they were compacting their own services from the federal government, where ours is a little bit different. It's a very large governmental agency, so we pretty much work in concert with them and use a lot of their services, like for instance the fiscal services. So it was very important to be able to get to know who these departments that we were going to be working with, and then also to apply the internal Navajo Nation policies, for instance, like personnel, travel, transportation. Those are some things that were a learning process for a lot of us in this field. So it was a very coordinated effort, not only with our particular staff, the land buyback staff, but also with, like some of you have mentioned, with OST, and also working closely with the BIA Realty staff and other BIA staff, and then also, like I mentioned, the Eastern Navajo Land Commission. The chapter administration, we tried to involve the chapter officials so that we could have that team effort from them as well and have them support us. and then other council delegates. We made an effort to go ahead and see if they could help us with some of these outreach events in terms of doing opening remarks, closing remarks, and then answering some questions that might be related to the internal policies of the Navajo Nation. The way that we had divided up the responsibilities once we got to go ahead and begin this program, we have to deal with 110 chapters within the Navajo Nation, and in a minute I'll go ahead and show you a map of the coverage. And those included not only the chapters within the Navajo Nation, but we also have what we call satellite communities, and that's Tuajile, Alamo, and Rama. They're out on the outside peripheral of the Eastern Navajo Agency. And then we have Alatis in the states of New Mexico, Arizona, and Utah. So geographically, it's a large area that our particular specialists, community involvement specialists, are working with. And then we also made an effort to go ahead and reach out to the metro areas. And according to the Navajo Nation census, we pretty much did outreach in the areas where most of the Navajos lived. And that is like Los Angeles, Salt Lake, Denver, Phoenix, and Albuquerque. And we have been corresponding or talking with individuals in a couple of countries in Europe. So we do have Navajos that are living in these metro areas and the other countries as well. So as much as we can, we try to go ahead and get this information out to them. And as you can see, the majority of latis where the tracts that are able to be purchased if we get these individuals to be willing sellers are in what we call Eastern Navajo Agency, and that's this particular area here. And the satellite communities are out on the southeast side of the Eastern Navajo Agency. And then we do have some allotments in Arizona on the southern part, and then on the west part of the reservation. And then just the other day, we came back from some individuals that lived in the southern part of Utah, and then we've had staff that had made efforts to go ahead and do outreach recently in this particular area. So we do have 3 states that we go into and try to reach as many communities as we can. And it's a lot of work, and sometimes we get up real early in the morning just to get out there and then come back late at night. The outreach, we had 3 major events that we went ahead and worked very closely with the federal staff. And one of those was in Crown Point, another one in Bird Springs, which is near Loop, and Farmington. And out of those areas, the federal staff went ahead and did a mail out. So we had a lot that did show up. So we did learn quite a lot from those particular rollouts. So that kind of guided us on how to do the rest of the outreaches. And as I mentioned, we did go ahead and did outreach to the metropolitan areas. But our main concentration has been with the chapters on the reservation. It looks like this one's not going to work. The chapters and the various districts within Navajo Nation. And there's another slide that kind of explains what those are. And then we tried to reach some of the smaller events like senior citizen centers, the veteran organizations, tried to get ourselves into some of the tribal departments. And then we've had booths at health fairs, Christmas bazaars, any place where we can find to where we might have a chance to be able to talk to some of the Alatis and explain our outreach efforts. And then we've also hit some of the cultural events like the powwows, the fairs, song and dance, and even some of the places where our people gather for ceremonies, and they've welcomed the community involvement specialists in these areas. So I think what I'll do is go ahead and give Verna and Pauline a chance to explain some of the things that they've done more specifically in some of these areas.
Okay. I'm honored here today to share with you my experience with the land buyback on the Navajo Reservation. Again, I'd like to thank the Eastern Navajo Land Commission Director and his employees to make this possible and successful. Without them, we wouldn't be here. However, also after Miss Allotment Queen's presentation, it kind of saddened me a little bit, but I would like to build on what she said. A lot of the information that we have, a lot of our allotment landowners don't have that information as far as their options. This is their opportunity to be informed of their allotment, and they know that this is not the only option that is available to them. So to go on, I do cover the southwest and the western part of the Navajo Reservation, and in this whole effort, we do collaborate with our local leaders as well as our council delegates in getting the word out and letting them know that the tribe is aware of the program and that this is not being done behind anybody's back. It's to eliminate a lot of that suspicion. And then at these events, it's very crucial. It's very crucial that you make connection with the allotment landowners. So at that time, when we do our events, you've seen that we have 3 major events. The rollout events is what we call them, and where we got anywhere from 200 to 500 allotment landowners. And the smaller events, we got anywhere from maybe 50 to 100 people. And when they do come in, it's very good to always shake their hands, which is customary for us, and be able to make them feel welcome and at ease. And that has been very helpful, and refreshments as well, and then just serving them coffee and just having a side conversation to build that rapport. That has always been very helpful for me. And then language, speaking your language and being able to convey the message in your own language is very important as well. And that has been very helpful, being able to be fluent in my language and explain some of these terminologies to them in Navajo, because most of them don't know about the program or even the options that are available to them. And again, when I was talking about suspicion, the other day, last week, we did a presentation up at a place called Sayatwa. And there was a question there by a woman. And she says, are we giving up our land to house these refugees from Syria here? That was one of the questions. And there are some that do ask that, and I just explained to her that the reason why the program came about is because of fractionation. And so anyway, those are some of the challenges that we get, and out in the field and thinking that their land is just going to be taken from them. And then okay. Yeah, there's a lot of trust issues. I have my notes here. I'm going to try to go through here. But anyhow, and then when they do get very suspicious or very defensive about a lot of these things, it's having best to always reiterate to them that this program is voluntary, that this information is an opportunity for them to know more about their options. And that's something that I emphasize quite a bit, that they do have options other than just the land buyback. And then a lot of these are, the population is like, they're elderlies. So a lot of them are visual learners. So whenever I have a chance, if there's a white eraser board available, I do a lot of explanation on the white eraser board. And the outreaches, I know that Ms. Christine had said there's only 45 days to make a decision. Well, prior to those 45 days, we give you, the landowners, every opportunity. These outreaches is that opportunity to let you know of the program, and that when you do receive your letter, that within that time you already know about the program, and by that time we hope that you've already made a decision to whether sell or whether you want to pursue other options with your allotment. So these outreaches are very important and crucial to this whole program. And then throughout this whole thing, we also have been collaborating with OST and BIA, and they have been very helpful as far as providing the options that are available to allotment landowners. And then a lot of the allotment landowners that are willing sellers, some of them are hesitant to come to you at an outreach because they don't want to seem like to their peers or community members as selling out. But they'll come to you and say, hey, I do want to be a willing seller, or they'll call you and you sign them up and you work with them. And then again, it is a difficult decision, and it is Christine was saying something about personal wealth, and Native Americans, even Diné people and all Native Americans, they have that personal relationship with their land, and we call, we relate to the earth as our mother, and that's how we relate. Therefore, it's very important, and it's very controversial for them when it comes to this point. But we do, again, emphasize that it is voluntary and that it is their choice, and that we are providing some information on their allotments. And in the end, I always tell myself to have fun and enjoy this, and it's an opportunity to share this information with their allotment landowners. So, thank you.